Okay, it's time for part 2 with the Reliant Scimitar. I have put the spare wheel on this side, so we've only got one slow puncture now, which is front right. It's jacked up right now because we need to get to the clutch slave cylinder. I'll get to that. Got the bonnet back on because I've done all the annoying work back there under the bonnet, and I've cleaned out the boot and taken all the bits out, which I have a hitch for it, which is awesome, and the center console thing and a jack, original probably, so that's cool. Number plates as well, metal, black and white ones. Also found out this is probably a overdrive switch, which is cool. One slightly annoying thing is, so I told in the last video that one bolt, the back on that side, on that thing, the nut came off on the inside of the bonnet, I think, so that sucks. And now this one has gone on this side as well, so I've only got 3 bolts on each side instead of 4 as you're supposed to. Done an oil change, got a new oil filter. Had a bit of a faff getting an oil filter, but I managed to find one that fit in the local shop eventually. I got fed up of waiting for ones to arrive. Painted the valve covers. It's the wrong orange, I think, but it actually looks alright in this light. Got new rocker cover gaskets, and they seem to be holding okay, which is great. So I have gotten it running better. I've done all the, I need to sort out the wires, obviously they're all over the place with me, but I've gotten it running. I think it's still a bit too advanced with me, and the mixer screws kept backing off. I've put some tape in it, but I have to put more of tape on the mixer screws because they kept backing off with the engine running and the vibrations, and it kept backfiring like mad. It was like running good after I tuned them properly, like 1.5, 1 3/4 turns out, and then it started backfiring like mad. Sounded like a right shotgun. So that's another job we've got to do. I think I might drain the fuel tank because I don't know if there's any water in it. The fuel pump does work, so I'd like to hook that back up, although the cap for the fuel pump is still not opening. I think it's the only thing that's not opening anymore, and the tailgate doesn't want to shut now, so I managed to get it open. It doesn't want to shut. The clutch slave cylinder is stuck out. I pushed the pedal down, clutch released from the flywheel, and now it's stuck out. So I have got a new slave cylinder, and I hope that's the problem. Hopefully it's not the clutch itself, because I remember when we were towing out to the trailer, it kind of, I think the clutch might have released, or the brakes released, I don't know. But I hope it's just a slave cylinder, and I got a new hose as well. Hopefully all the lines are good for the brakes and the clutch. I actually need to order a master cylinder, so I'll do that. Got new core plugs, but I'll probably replace those once the body's off, so that's for a future video. I got a tooth out on the distributor, so I had to move the leads over one, so they're not brilliant. I did try and have one to this one here, pointing the first cylinder, but I got it off a bit, so I can't remember if it was very retarded or very advanced, but it didn't like to run, and it barely was willing to start. So yeah, all the coolant keeps going out of the core plugs on the other side, so I keep topping up every time I try and start it. Got new rear brake assembly, shoes and springs and everything, and wheel cylinders. I have got a caliper rebuild kit for both the front. I hope it's the right set, because I've got shoes as well, and they're different. I think the backs are normally the same for all around, but the front calipers, they've got like split pins or something, so I hope I've gotten the right ones. I did take the wheel off and had a look, but I didn't really take it apart and have a proper look, so hopefully I've ordered the right caliper rebuild kit and pads, because they're old interesting ones. I just remembered I have bought a rebuild kit for the brake master cylinder. I'm pretty confident the clutch master cylinder works just fine, because when I broke the hose off thinking it was the hose that was blocked, the clutch master cylinder pumped everything out very nicely. So another job I need to do is free up the throttle pedal. The clutch and the brake pedal seem to be moving alright. Actually, I'm not sure about the... Oh yeah, the brake pedal has nothing. But I think something leaked on this side once I pressed it down. I think everything's spooed on that front left. So hopefully I don't have to do too many brake lines. I'll probably, if the line's gone on that side, I'll probably just put a little section in for now, because I'm going to take the body off and do everything. I'll probably do the front and rear main seal on the engine while the body's off, just to be sure that everything's good. I'll see how the clutch is. If the clutch needs replacing as well, I'll maybe even put a lighter flywheel on it and a new clutch, because that'll be cool. But I'll definitely do the front and rear main seal, because the rear main seal likes to go on these. I'll probably get the interior carpet out in my own time. Still got a bit of water back there, and then once I've got the carpet out, I'll put the cushions back in. Well, give everything a good pressure wash. Try and get these seats out as well, because they're a little rusty, rails on them. And then once everything's dry and the carpet's out, I'll put air fresheners under each cushion and hope everything starts smelling better. And maybe before we get the brakes done, but after we get the clutch slave cylinder done, we'll drive it down to a hose pipe and give it a nice clean. Fun. Okay, on with the video. Decided to just bite the bullet, and I got one of these soft blow hammers. I've been meaning to get one for a while, fed up of using a piece of wood as well. I don't have 3 hands. More brake cleaner and GT85 because it's cheaper than WD-40, although it's because it's the first thing I saw. So, and I've been meaning to get a new set of screwdrivers for ages, because I've only got a small one and my brother only got big ones, so I needed some of my own. Those were pretty expensive, and that hammer was like 14 quid. Another thing is I got Dad to help me put the bonnet back on, because I need to make sure it's very close when it's open, that it's very close to rubbing. You've got to watch out, if you lift it anymore, there's a chance of it rubbing, so you only lift it until it clips. You've got to watch out, because it hasn't got proper stops on it. This side is a bit closer, it might actually be touching, so I think I have to adjust things. And the annoying thing is that a rubber stop's missing here, so it doesn't, this end is actually lower, it's not quite lined, lined up with the rest of the body. It's supposed to be a stop like that. But right now we're going to be using some PTFE thread sealer tape, Teflon tape, whatever it is. Dad gave it to me, so it's going to have to do for now. Haven't got any of my own. And we're going to take the mixer screws out and put a lot more tape on them. I put a bit of tape on them, but not enough because they still came off. I didn't put the tape on very far in because I don't want any of the tape in the carburetor itself. So let's open this nice new screwdriver set. Oh, I wasn't recording. Well, I've done the mixer screws. They feel a lot better. I put a lot more tape on them. I need to retard the distributor a bit because I think it's too advanced on idle, because it's got vacuum advanced. When you rev it up, it advances more, and I've set it on idle to the timing mark, so I think that's when I rev it up it goes too advanced basically. So it's not very good at revving, so I'm going to retard that a little bit. I've got a timing light, but I'll have to do it in the dark sometime when I can see. Need to tighten up the alternator as well. Yep, that's got a lot of way to go. I wonder if I should take the distributor out and actually take it back a tooth like it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure this has the wrong spark leads on it as well, because some of them are a little bit tight. Yeah, let's hook up the fuel. I'll move the distributor a little bit and see if it runs any better and keeps running good, because the mixer screws do feel like they've got a bit of tension now, so that's good. Okay, I haven't put any water in it, so I'm not going to run it for too long. Haven't even tightened up the fan belt. I just want to see if it lasts. Oh, that's where my other bit went. I doubt it's got a pump in the tank actually, so I don't even need that there. The oil is a little overfilled, but we're not on level. We're kind of on a bit of a slope here, so It's not very overfull, so I'm hoping that's all it is, because the dipstick's right in the front of the engine. So let's see if it starts up. Turn that on. Give it a few squirts. Hopefully it starts without choke. Yeah, right, not going to run it for too long. Oh yeah, I need my key. Where's my key? I'm kind of cleaning up my socket set box right now, so I need my key. Here's my key. Right, let's see if it starts up. Should do. Also, I'm going to have to take the distributor out again because it was pretty much fully retarded as it was. So let's see if it starts up. Might put you up the back. Need new struts for the back window as well. I don't want to smash that window. Got 60 pounds of oil pressure, so that's good. Just gonna tighten them up a bit. Take it to about 1.5, see what happens. Oh, it's not really too bad now. Okay, the vacuum advance was unplugged and it's actually made it a bit worse, so I'm going to have to mess about with the timing again, but it's definitely running good enough to drive back now. It does smell a bit rich, so it could just be my timing though. I think it's backfiring when I give it throttle. Yeah, it might be a bit rich. I'll tighten up the screws a bit again. Amazing oil pressure. It's actually above 60 now. It was, but it is cold though, so yeah, that's way better than in the last video. In the last video it was like barely running. I think this tap isn't brilliant on this rig. I think my ignition timing's a bit out now. It's about 1.5 on the mixer screws on the carburetor tuning. So yeah, that started with no choke as well, so it's probably just the distributor timing that's a bit out with me now. It's not tied down, so I adjusted it, and then when I was revving it, it was probably slackening off a little bit, moving a bit. But yeah, how's that feeling? Oh, it's pretty cold. So yeah, I want to get the temperature gauge in, although it won't do much unless I fill it up with water, and it pisses out water like mad. So through the core plug, 2 core plugs are leaking. One was leaking when I got the car, and then another started leaking when it ran the first time. So yeah, I'm gonna mess about in the engine bay by myself from now on, I reckon, because you just saw it runs alright. It runs good enough to drive, as long as I don't drive for too long, because it obviously doesn't have brilliant cooling. I reckon we're gonna do the clutch next, so because I want to drive it so I can give it a good wash. This is gonna be a pain. I'll go underneath to show you what I can see, but I'll probably have to do the rest myself. It looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass to get out. Did that window shut? Looks like it might have, but yeah. I'll show you the clutch. Okay, let's turn the light on a bit. So, is it there? Can't remember where it is. It's probably back here somewhere. There it is. So, as you can see, it's all the way out, and I'm hoping it's just the slave cylinder's problem, and that it's not inside the bell housing with the clutch itself. So that's what I'm gonna replace. The chassis looks pretty good. It's starting to get a bit of surface rust, so it's gonna be a good idea to paint it, sand it down and paint it. It's pretty safe to sandblast it, I reckon. It doesn't look that bad. So that's gonna be the plan. So I'm gonna try and swap that out, and we'll see how it goes. I've never bleeded a clutch before, so it's the same principle. It's probably got a bleed nipple on it, and then I'll get someone else to pump, or I'll pump and then go back under and bleed it again. I haven't got any clutch fluid, so I'm not going to be able to do the bleeding today, but I'll give a bash trying to put the new slave cylinder on. Getting the old ones out going to be enough of pain. I'm also going to put the new temperature sensor on. Tiny little thing, because it snapped. See that right there? It snapped. So I could try soldering on a new bit, but it's such a small and annoying little part. I might as well just get a new one. I want my temperature to be accurate as well. So yeah, I just wish the core plugs weren't leaking, because I'd try and take it for a spin then. I'd do the brakes and everything, take it for a spin, and then I'll probably leave the car for 1 or 2 months, and then I'll try and get the body off one day. But as it is, I'm going to have to get the body off, or take the engine out. It is possible, I can probably take all this out. There's plenty of room for the engine and the gearbox to come out by themselves, but I don't want to be faffing about with the fiberglass. I don't want to break any fiberglass, and I need to do the frame anyway, so, and I've got enough engines out all over the place anyway, so I'd rather get the frame done. I might even, well, I guess I don't actually have to. Yeah, it's not even sprayed underneath, is it? Because it's fiberglass. I don't have to undercoat it, although I might do. Just make it black, make it nice. I rather these aluminium wheels. I've seen ones the same design with somebody I know, but they're chrome, and I prefer these ones. I don't like them too shiny. I like this with the black kind of inner bits. I like them like that. Right, I'll see you in a while. It's a little while later. I tried to perfect the timing in the night when I could see the timing mark, and I did get it to run better, but then the next day I was like, oh, I want to get it perfect, and now it won't run very well. It's pretty much as bad as it's been. Might be a fuel issue though, might be flooded out, I don't know. But I think what I'm going to do next now, so I've been struggling with the slave cylinder. It turns out I ordered the wrong one. The one that I got has two bolts that clamp it to the thing, but this one is a different design. It's like circlips, so circlip wouldn't really come out very easily, so I've been faffing about with that all day. I got the circlip out, but I'm guessing it's corroded to the gearbox clutch bit. Keep forgetting the name. So that's slow coming out. I think that's wrong. I really hope it's the slave cylinder and not something inside the clutch, because I did want to drive it just down the yard to give it a wash with the hose pipe and the pressure washer. But if it comes to it, then maybe I'll have to push it down. But I kind of wanted the clutch, so then I could, if even without a slave cylinder, I could like start it up rolling, and then I could turn the engine off, and it'll stop then by itself if the clutch is touching the flywheel. So yeah, that's what I was hoping for. So hopefully tomorrow I'm letting it soak down with better stuff than brake cleaner, because brake cleaner evaporates. I got some GT85, haven't got any GT40 on me, so I'm gonna let that soak, maybe let it soak tomorrow as well, and hopefully once I hit it with a hammer and maybe get a blowtorch out, but it's not the ideal thing, then it'll come out with a bit of luck. Hopefully it's nothing inside the clutch bit. It looks relatively simple to take the body off, so when I get to that'll be fun. Maybe I'll have to get a new bonnet, like for the bolts I won't thread in, because it is kind of getting on my nerves, but it's not essential. I think it'll be pretty simple to take the body off, to be honest. The workshop manual I have here is actually pretty good. It's not like straight from the factory. It like shows a lot of problems that the car's had and everything. All the weak spots. Apparently the front suspension has a weak spot or something. And it says in it, when you go down the road in it, there's loads of squeaks and rattles. That's completely normal, it says. So that's quite funny. But yeah, what we're going to do now is drain the fuel tank, because I want to have a peek with the scope. I do prefer the design of the ones with lock, but this is the only thing that doesn't open. This has started closing, but I think it's worn out because it only does it when it slams accidentally every now and again. So it does close, but yeah. I can buy a cap without a lock. Obviously, some people might try and siphon it, but I think I'll risk it. But it all just depends with the tank first. So yeah, I might drill that lock out and try and get it to open then, because I'm out of options. I've already put a screwdriver into it and tried opening it. Darn you, fuel filler cap. Every other lock started working. The two front doors are a bit sketchy though. The ignition barrel, that was cracked, but a key did fit in it. And this rear one, a key fits in this as well. Yeah, fuel filler cap, you suck. I think somebody tried getting a screwdriver in it before me, actually. That might have been a part of the problem. Right, let's drain it. There's a very convenient drain plug in the bottom. Right. A good shot. Get some lights here. Now, I think these tanks, in the book it said that, check that the tank isn't rotten out, actually. It did say that. But this might be a replacement tank. Or just a good tank in general, so let's see. I would like to get a waste disposal license. I think that's what it's called. Scotty Farnio has one, and well, I don't know if he has one actually, but he makes his own diesel out of waste oil and petrol. Makes it out of waste oil and petrol. And I've got a bit of waste oil about in tins, and if this smells like good petrol and there's not much water in it, any water then this could be a good candidate for the petrol part. Do I have to put like I need to search up what kind of petrol to put in this car, just in case I need to get some, but it sounds empty, but better check. Obviously I'd have to find a good IBC to use, like not a completely cracked and rotten one. Obviously, as farmers, we don't like wasting good IBCs. That's way too big. I did try and run off the petrol from the tank, but I don't think my tuning was brilliant at the time though, so maybe the petrol's fine. It didn't smell bad, but I'm not sure it smelled much like petrol, so what the hell? Everything's... I need to get an Imperial socket set and spanner set. Because I don't think that'll fit. I might do. It's a bit rusty. Hopefully there's not too much in this, or we'll have a bit of a mess and I won't try and start it for a bit. All about the environment, I am. I used to be like nothing about health and safety, but I've started wearing safety goggles when under cars just because of rust, and rust still gets in my eyes, but not nearly as much. Is that a washer? No. Smells like petrol. I don't think there's too much in it. Oh, there might be. Oh god. here with making your own diesel. I want to get an IBC and use some old bed sheets to filter diesel through and stuff, because you don't want loads of metal filings and sludge in your diesel vehicle. It's risky as it is, but okay, there wasn't too much in there, and it doesn't seem too bad, but it's better to just check. I'm still going to put a scope. I'm wondering if I should let it drain overnight, just to make sure. There's not much of a slope, so I'll be able to see once it's dry better though. I think I'll check it now, and then I'll still leave it overnight, and I'll check it again tomorrow. Hopefully it's going to be shiny and not rusty. It looked alright coming out. I don't think it was too clear starting off. Okay, there's a little bit, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit starting right on the bottom, but overall it's looking, it's looking brilliant. A little bit in the corner as well, back here somewhere going up, but that looks very clean. I'll just put some like Red X or something in it. I don't know if you can see it. Ooh. There's a little bit in the corner over there, but that looks very good. The bottom has a bit of crust, but a filter will pick that up, you'd hope. It's probably like you could just wipe it off with your finger. That's how little it is. Hopefully that's a pretty new tank, but maybe I can find a receipt with my paperwork. I'm quite confident to just put the plug back in, to be honest. It seems pretty clean. The only thing I haven't found out yet is if this has a limited slip diff. If it does, then wow. But if it doesn't, then that's fine. But it looks like somebody has looked after this very well. It's got new engine mounts and everything. God knows if the engine's had a lot of work done. It's got a new distributor and a freshly rebuilt carb, so that was bloody tight on there as well to start with. There's brambles on the floor. I really need to tidy up. I'm turning it the wrong way. Right? Nope, I was turning it the right way. I'm going crazy. There you go. Well, the tank is... I'm happy with the tank, as long as the line's alright. Does it have a fuel filter? It might only have inline ones. Interesting. So yeah, I'll put some inline filters in it, 2 or 3 in a row, and then we should be good for a long while. Put some Red X or something down the tank just to eat up that little bit of rust that you can probably wipe off with your finger. That's on the bottom of the tank. And yeah, happy with the tank. That's great. I didn't look right directly up, but I'm pretty confident it's fine. It was all pretty shiny. That clutch, as I said, that clutch slave cylinder is going to be a pain in the butt, but maybe I'll start with it. Hopefully I've ordered the right front brake stuff. If I haven't done that either, then that'll really suck. Yeah, maybe we'll get to the front brakes, make sure I've got the right parts for the calipers, or at least the shoes anyway. And then I'm fairly confident I've got the right bits for the back. So I need to get a scraper to scrape all the old carpet off the inside as well. And I can start putting lots of nice air fresheners in. Yeah, tonight I'm probably going to try and get it running good again, because I put the distributor way out of whack again. I should have just left it as it was, because it was starting pretty good and running well. And then maybe tomorrow I'll drill out that fuel filler cap and put some new petrol in it. Yeah. Is it 95 octane that I want to put in this? Or is it not? I don't know. But octane is like... High octane is for like dragsters and stuff, isn't it? Yeah. Octane is the power. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get the running, try and get the engine going better than it was, or at least as good as it was before I messed it up again. And yeah, I filled it up with water when I was doing all the tuning, but it just pissed out like really quickly, even with the cap on. So fun. Okay, there we go. Got it eventually. Need to get better using a winch. I tried to even it out a bit more because it can bulk up and hit these. It's not ideal, but I think because everything was on a bit of a weird angle, this should be straight, I think. But it didn't stop, and I did adjust it every now and again. Got something behind the wheel, that's good. I need to get the socket off that nut as well. But hopefully we've got enough hose pipe, and let's give it a wash. It's not too bad up front. Ooh, really needs repainting. Might let it soak a bit first because it's fiberglass, and then I'll give it a little wash off after. It's not going to be that orange. Well, it is registered as yellow, so, but it'll clean up nicely. I'll probably flake off a lot more paint now. Don't matter. Let's give it a nice clean. Annoyingly, I think my brother's fucked off with a pressure washer somewhere after it's been here for months. And worst part is, he was just talking to me and I told him I was going to pressure wash it, and he didn't say he took it because he's a fucker. So I'm kind of annoyed. I've still got one of those brushy things, and I could let it soak in fairy liquid or something, because this paint's going to go anyway. You don't have to worry about it, but I just like to clean it up a bit, seeing as I have to take the engine out, probably to take the slave cylinder out, because I've been trying to hammer it, get it free, but it won't budge, and I need to replace the core plugs anyway, so I'll have to take the engine out for that. Very sad, I know, but I like to finish this video by giving it a good clean. By the way, I did get it running perfect. Also, I've got this drum to tip all the petrol into it, but it's all evaporated away. That's how long ago I recorded the last bit. And then I'll probably work on getting that out the way, and then I'll do this, because those are ongoing videos as well. I've just been busy in work as of late. And this, the relay's gone on it. I hope the starter's okay, but I know the relay's gone on it. That was a new relay, but it's been out in the rain, so I kind of have to blame myself for that one. Yeah. Okay, we're in the HQ. This is the clutch line. It goes from the hard line to the brake cylinder. It's because the engine moves and everything with torque. That needs to be flexy. And this is a type of one that I'm trying to get out, so it goes through the bell housing. Instead of bolting on with 2 bolts, it goes through and then the circlip goes there. I did order the wrong one at first, but I wish it was the other one. But basically I think it's corroded around this area in the bell housing because it won't turn or anything. The other one I put a ball scope down the end and it's all crystallized and horrible. So I had enough force to separate from the flywheel, the clutch now, but obviously it can't go back because this whole thing is seized up. So, and I've tried hitting it with a hammer and everything, so I'll just have to take the bullet and take the engine out. I need to replace the core plugs anyway. They are here, the full set. So I know it sucked. I was hoping to drive it in the end of this video, but yeah, shit happens basically. And I was meant to get this video out ages ago as well, so just want to get it done with, and then I'll sort things out and I'll be back with you. I got all the brake, well, I got the back brake assembly. It was actually quite simple, but I don't know what year calipers I have on the front. So on eBay I've already got shoes and caliper rebuild kit listed in the cart, but I don't know if they're the right ones yet. So it's like the pin style one, I think, but I need to have a good look at it first before I order anything wrong. Yeah, the clutch slave cylinder is what has really ruined things. The master cylinder works fine. It pumped all the stuff out. Now the brake, I got a rebuild kit for the brake master cylinder. So hopefully that'll be fine, because I can't get a right master cylinder for cheap. So a rebuild kit will be great. It does feel alright, but I don't know how much corrosion's in the tank, the Bowser, or what's it called. So yeah, let's get to washing it. However, with the good news, the back thing started working is it was worn out, I think, and it was a bit stiff, so I got some PB Blaster for the clutch slave cylinder, and now you don't have to slam it really hard, so that's good. That started working. So yeah, this works. I'm gonna get a lid without a lock just to save any problems in the future, because literally you can just take a bolt out in the bottom, so you know, it'll be easier for people to steal petrol from the bottom than to siphon it anyway. And obviously some badges are missing, like I think it should say V6 here, and then I would like to get a left door mirror, and I'll have to try to not trigger my OCD and get it in line as best as I can. 3 litre. I think they did make a bigger V6. I don't know if it could bolt in here. Maybe it wouldn't physically fit. Some badges on the front, but oh, and that is bad. This one's fine. Oh no, it's not actually. But yeah, that's bad. The one thing I would like to change big time is the interior. So these seats, I believe, are different year. These are younger or older seats than the back ones. They had a different kind of bench in this with this creamy stuff. So I would like to get, well, this needs a new cushion anyway or something, because it's saggy and everything. But I would like to get new front seats in the style of them, and then get a leather top, same colour as this stuff, a leather top, and basically that's what I want. And then the carpet, maybe get just new cream carpet, that'd be nice. But I do like this leathery brown, so I don't know, maybe I'll stick with these for a bit. Obviously sort out the driver's seat. The passenger seat feels lovely, and then I'd love to get if this wasn't saggy, I'd leave it as it is, but I would love to get the same leather on the roof. That'd be lovely. Right, let's get to washing. Very annoyed that the pressure washer's gone after I went through all that work. Thought, I'll just do a nice easy job. I put the spare on because this doesn't leak. It's better to have one tyre leaking than 2. Yeah, I need to get that off. That sucks. I lost my tyre iron, or it's called, you know, the cross, because somebody's nicked that as well, so I've not brought it back. My brother or my dad, so God. I don't get much done around here because everybody keeps nicking my tools and doesn't tell me. So let's give it clean. I'll give it a soak down quick first with soap. Okay, I've just cleaned half of it. I don't know if I'll clean the other half today. The reason I've only done half is because the car brush gone, and seeing as the paint's so bad, the yard brush is not very helpful either. So I used a kitchen sponge. But it doesn't work too bad as long as I give it a good soak beforehand. The windows are lovely. I didn't use the yard brush on the windows. Oh, lovely. It probably looks good on camera. Obviously you can see the white patches here. But here is very nice. But the windows look really nice. Squeaky clean. The wiper motors are seized. That's something I'll have to get new. But yeah, it's not too bad. See, also done the window. That lovely. I think this side is worse actually, is the way it was parked. It's much mankier. Should I leave it like this? And then so I've got the engine running well, so that's half of it. And once it's driving, maybe I could clean the other half. It's only deserving of half a clean. Yeah, maybe. It would be cool to take to a show like this as well. That side is so bad. But let me turn the light on. Oop. So I just charged that light and it's turning off still. But it looks like something from Five Nights at Freddy's. And this side's much nicer. It's the windows that make the big difference. at that. Gave that wheel a little bit of a brush, but it needs a proper cleaning. But yeah, so the next video I'll probably have the engine out, to be honest. Originally I was thinking, oh, I might as well take the body off and redo the chassis and everything, but I simply don't have the money or the time at the moment, so I'll have to just risk taking the engine out of the bonnet. There's plenty of space once you take the radiator and things out. However, obviously you've got to watch the fiberglass. So yeah, fun. Maybe I'll try repainting this myself one day, but just because it's cheaper. But it would probably be a good idea to take it to a professional. I'm gonna paint some other cars in the meantime, because I don't have a paint booth, so climate and wind and everything is bad. I'm gonna get bugs on it. That's the only thing that I don't have, is a good paint booth. It's not brilliant out here on the farm. Yeah, water's costing money, so I better end the video. I'll see you later.